Hey, frenzies. Welcome back. Look who's back. It's me and Amanda on Wacky Teacherpreneurs Tell All. Is that our official name? Two Wacky
Yeah.
Teacherpreneurs Tell All? Yes, we're back. Yay! Welcome back to the show. Today we are going to dish on why we left a little bit, what we've been up to, why we wanted to come back, and I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake I've ever made in my business and how I lost tons and tons of money this year, hoping that you don't make the same mistake that I made. But first, we are going to talk to Amanda. Now, Amanda, why did you want to come back to Wacky Teacherpreneurs?
Well, shouldn't I talk about first why we left? What do you
Yeah,
think?
let's tell people like what happened, why did we take a hiatus? What's going on?
Okay, well, so I don't think we purposefully left. I feel like it just sort of happened. And I was looking at the last episode, which is kind of funny, that we recorded together. And we've been posting all of these on YouTube. So we have our YouTube channel, which has 33 subscribers, which apparently three is a lucky number. You'll have to tell us more about that later, Jess. Thank you, 33 subscribers. We're so excited. That's like a room full of teachers. That's a classroom full of teachers who like what we have to say, which is really cool. But the last episode that we recorded was 2 years ago, and it was actually October 20th, 2023. And the episode was called Navigating Burnout, Trauma, and Grief in Your Teacher Business. And I just think that's really weird that that was the last episode that we recorded. Like, and I haven't, it's about an hour long, and I haven't listened to it since 2 years ago or whatever when we recorded it. But I just think this was the beginning of a school year. We were both teaching at the time. And I think what happened was, I mean, I don't think we quit on purpose. I think it sort of fell to the wayside because we were dealing with so many other things in our lives, just being teachers, being like having families and like having like health issues, dealing with burnout and trauma and grief. And I just think it just sort of fell fell away. And the reason that I wanted to come back, and I've wanted to come back for years, like ever since we stopped, I've wanted to keep doing it, but I've just felt like we neither one of us were in a good, healthy place because, we both have like chronic health issues and things, and we could talk more about that later. But um and we did continue to do some other things together, and we could talk about that later. But like just recently, I quit teaching, so I'm not teaching anymore. And so I feel, and I'm recovering from burnout and just have a lot more space and time. And I've been bringing this up to you for a few months now and trying to, and I remember voxing you because we talk on Voxer like every day. What if we made it super easy? Like, what would this look like if it was really easy? If we could keep doing this and it was super simple and easy. And this last summer, 2025, the summer of 2025, we did a couple of times we got together because I told you about body doubling and how powerful that is and how it kind of holds you accountable. And what body doubling is when you and a friend work on something at the same time. So it's like you're accountable. You have to get on Zoom because your friend is counting on you, and you have to say to your friend, you're my friend Jess, like, here's what I'm going to work on for the next hour or 2 hours. We did a couple of 2 hour sessions, and I got so much done. I made a new product. No, I made a couple of new products. I made like three new products, and we only did this twice for 2 hours. So like in 4 hours, and it's not like I got all of that done in 4 hours, but it just sort of got the ball rolling, and I kept working on it after we met, right? So it just, I don't know, it helped me so much to actually accomplish something, because for so long I think about it and I never actually accomplish anything. I just think about like I really want to do this thing. So anyways, I thought, what if we invited other wacky teacherpreneurs to join us in this accountability. I called it the wacky accountability hour, where we all just get on Zoom and we tell each other what we're working on, and then we work on it. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that would be so exciting. Plus, I just miss talking to you about all of these things. And I love talking to you about how hard it is to be a teacherpreneur. What about you, Jess? Why did you quit 2 years ago? And why do you want to do this again? Tell us.
Well, I think we both got involved with other projects as we do. And being neurodivergent, we get very excited about new projects, right? And it is something that we're going to talk about more and more on the show. And yeah, just new projects. And I think we were both teachers, full-time teachers at the time. And yeah, I mean, we didn't make like a decision, oh, we're gonna quit Wacky Teacherpreneurs, but it was just, I think we had built it up. Like we weren't really sure where we were going with it, right? We didn't know. Like we had ideas, but then we weren't really launching some of those ideas. But we were having fun talking about these business ideas. And so yeah, I don't know. Like we got involved with a different project. I mean, that's the truth. We both submerged our lives into this other project, and we were working on that more than Wacky Teacherpreneurs. And then I think this other project we were doing, it overshadowed it, and then Wacky Teacherpreneurs kind of faded out, right? And why I wanted to come back, well, obviously I talk to Amanda every day on Voxer, and mostly every day. And so she's mentioned it a few times, like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to bring it back? And one thing is, we got some comments in a Facebook group. Somebody mentioned us like this summer, and they were like, man, you know what show I really miss is Wacky Teacherpreneurs. And I was kind of like, oh, nobody listens to this show. And then a bunch of people came on. There was like 6 or 7 other people that came on the thread saying, yeah, I love Wacky Teacherpreneurs. I really like the show. And that gave me a little bit of like, oh, I guess people do miss us and like it. So that was one reason. And then another reason is, this summer, the end of the school year is always bonkers for teachers. And we were actually going through a lot because had been working on launching this one big project, and then we both quit that project. So that was a big thing going on at the time. And simultaneously in my business, I had noticed that my sales were dwindling over the summer, but that's pretty common as a teacherpreneur. You don't really sell, unless you have summer school products, you don't usually sell a lot of products in like June and July, the end of May sometimes, but you start to see, you really do as a teacher. I'm selling products for teachers in a classroom. You really do see your sales slide. Some people say they plummet in June, and mine really did a bit more than usual. And I was like, wow, my sales went way down, but oh, it's June. Who cares, right? So then July comes, still down, still like, and I hardly make anything in June and July, maybe a couple $100. I just don't make that much. So I was like, oh, that's weird. Well, then August came and my sales were way down. And usually August is one of my highest selling months because I have back to school products. And I'm looking at the sales coming in, and the numbers are not making any sense. I'm like, what? Like, normally I would make like, say, $4.50 on XYZ product, and instead I'm making like $1.70 or something. And I'm like, oh, is this like the TPT for schools thing or like extra licenses? Like, I keep seeing these low sales numbers. And I did not know this. I had no idea. I didn't figure it out until the very end of August, the beginning of September. After looking at my August sales that were down 50%, I had been reverted to a regular sales account, like on TPT. So TPT has two sales accounts. Like you could be a premium seller, or you could just be just a person out there. And if you're a premium seller, you're paying $60 a year and you get a higher percentage of your sales. But if you're not a premium seller, then you get it's like 30 cent transaction fee per product, and you get a way lower percentage. And that's what was happening. And I still do not know how I got rolled back. My credit card was good on file. I have no idea what happened. And I don't know if we just like we had to switch to something. My anniversary is always Memorial Day weekend. And I mean, that was a big weekend of like, closing out my school year, moving out of my classroom. All of that was going on. I was working on this other project. And so, anyway, that's what had happened. And it took me several weeks to get back on. Like, my payment methods kept like bouncing back. Like, you have to go through PayPal to pay for this premium seller stuff. And I was going through PayPal using my business credit cards, which were just fine and working, and they would get rejected and bounce back to me. So I was having all these weird problems with PayPal, and it took me like 3 weeks to get it all sorted out. I was emailing Teachers Pay Teachers. I mean, I've been a premium seller for over a decade. So I yeah, like that's basically what happened is, and I didn't get any emails about it. I didn't get any emails from TPT saying you're no longer a premium seller, right? And I had no idea that this happened to me. Something changed. I don't know what it is, but somebody got a memo somewhere. Something changed on my account. I don't know. I still don't understand why, but that's why I literally made half of what I normally do for back to school season. And that's why I wanted to come back is maybe to share that with others. So, just in case you see your sales all of a sudden slump, maybe your premium seller, something happened to the account, maybe you should go in and check. So that's why I'm back. What do you think about all that, Amanda?
Well, now I am like literally on Teachers Pay Teachers checking because you just scared the crap out of me. But also, do I look cool?
Yeah, I really like that. What's on the front of that hat? Amanda just put on a hat to notify me that I'm over on time.
Yeah, we have these signals that we do. You can check them out on YouTube. It says freedom because I'm in this group of women that go on hikes. And it's like time for us to be free of all of our responsibilities. We're the freedom hikers. Feel free to steal that name if you want for your hiking friend group. Um, yeah, so now I'm like looking right now, like how do I tell if I'm a premium seller or not? Like I'm looking at my profile. I'm like, where does it say? Where does it say, Jess? I'm scared.
It's really hard. It's kind of hard to find. Maybe I need to do a tutorial on it, but I don't know. They changed something. I don't know what they changed. Because every Memorial Day weekend, I get charged the $60. I didn't notice that I wasn't charged the $60, and somebody said, "Oh, did your credit card expire?" No, my credit card did not expire. So I really don't know why it didn't go through or why I got reverted backwards. I still don't know. It's really, really weird. I'm happy I have it fixed now. And now I'm happy to say my sales, like I kind of fixed it the middle of September, but it was almost like, ugh, it was almost too late. A lot of my products revolve around the first 2 weeks of September. So, but immediately I saw my sales bounce back. I was like, oh, okay. They're not that bad after all.
Thank goodness that you figured that out. Like, how did you figure that out is what I'm curious about.
Well, I kept seeing the weird numbers come through. Like numbers, you get used to seeing a number, like when you're getting your sales emails. Like every time you sell a product on Teachers Pay Teachers, they send you an email about it, right? And so I was seeing these on the app. I was seeing these numbers pop up, and sometimes I do get a lower amount than say I normally do, but it's because of TPT for schools or licenses. So, but I kept seeing that. And it just wasn't registering to me that these products I was making $4 on, I was now making like 170. And I was like, gosh, 170. Oh, do I really have products so low that I only make a buck off of them? I mean, it was just all these weird little things, but I was getting dinged so much. Like the transaction fees, everything I sold, they were taking an extra 30 cents off the top. And when you're only making a few bucks, that extra 30 cents is a lot. It sounds silly, but it's a lot.
Well, okay, so I figured it out how you can figure out if you're a premium seller or not. And basically, what we're saying is if you're trying to make money on Teachers Pay Teachers, it's worth it to be a premium seller. Um, Even if you're like just getting started. So you figure it out by clicking your dashboard, and at the top, like I'm looking at it right now, it says Amanda right now. It says how many followers I have. It's which I need tips on getting more followers on Teachers Pay Teachers, or doesn't even matter. We
I
should do.
have one. I do have a tip for you for that.
Okay, well, just tell me. Well, no, let me finish. Let me We're all over the place. Let me finish. Whoa, I am a my ranking is I'm like awesome. Is 93rd percentile good?
They say that's bad now.
What? Why is that bad?
I don't know. All I know is like it's the high, you're supposed to be in the high 90s.
Well, I'm in 93. That's pretty freaking good. Like if I
I don't
scored,
think
like if I
so.
took a test
It's
and
because
I was
there's
in
like
the
50.
93rd percentile, that would be I'm going to be proud of that. You're hanging out with too many millionaire newer people.
I do hang out with too many millionaires. You're right.
I'm not a millionaire, but I do make some money on Teachers Pay Teachers because it says I'm in the 93rd percentile, and I am not going to listen to you about this upper 90s is better. Well, of course it is, but I'm proud of my 93rd percentile. Anyways, so if you scroll, that's where it says it. It says premium renewal. Mine renews January 29th, 2026, and I can click manage right there. It's like right at the top, right by your name, by your store name. So I just wanted to tell everyone that it's in the dashboard if you want to find out if you're a premium seller or not, because it seems like you should keep track of this because it sounds like you fell through the cracks or something because your credit card was up to date, everything was fine, and you
I
just
don't
were.
know. Something changed with like their PayPal, like them using PayPal, or maybe something changed in my PayPal. I did find out like I had all these, like somebody had hacked my PayPal and was trying to make purchases, and maybe PayPal put a freeze on me because I had like a hacker on my PayPal. I don't use Nobody uses PayPal anymore for anything. I do not use PayPal anymore. Like
I
even
do.
Teachers Pay Teachers pays you through Venmo now. They don't even use pay. Do you get Teachers Pay Teachers through your PayPal?
Yeah.
I don't. I've been getting TPT through my Venmo for like 4 years now.
Huh. I get it through PayPal still. No one uses PayPal and I still use it.
I don't know. You're the only person I know who uses PayPal.
It's my business account. Like that's what I use for all my business stuff.
I don't
Okay,
know. Something weird happened to my PayPal. That's what I think now, investigating. I think maybe my PayPal was getting messed with, and none of the charges, like people were trying to hack it, but they weren't letting them because it was like that two-factor authentication or thing. uh I wasn't getting dinged, but somebody was trying to get in, and I think PayPal made me put a security on my account, and then somehow since the premium sellership goes through PayPal and I had a freeze on my account maybe. That's all I can think of. I did put a freeze on my credit too last winter, but that I don't see how that would affect getting that card charged. It's very weird. I don't know. I'm still weirded out about it, but I got it fixed.
so
And that's
wait,
it.
I have some questions for you and then we should wrap up because this episode is supposed to be about why did we leave and why are we back? That's what
Yes.
this whole episode is about. Did you talk about why you're back?
Well, yeah, I said two things. One, I saw someone talking about our show in a Facebook group.
Yes.
There were about six
It
or
was
seven
cool.
people talking about it, and I was excited that day, and I wanted to come back for that because, it meant a lot to me to see someone shout us out, as I always see all the other shows being shouted out. Nobody ever mentions us. So I'm just like, nobody's listening, nobody cares, right? But then I was like, oh my gosh, all these people do care. And one of my friends screenshotted it and showed me. It was like, look at, people are talking about your show still. It's been 2 years off the air, but people still care about it. So that was one reason. And the second reason was like, wow, I need to be paying more attention to my Teachers Pay Teachers store and thinking about it more, because it has been a reliable source of passive income all these years. But when I ignore it, bad things happen, like this whole debacle.
Yeah. Okay, so we are back to hold ourselves accountable for paying attention to Teachers Pay Teachers, and because we want to build a community of other wacky teacherpreneurs, like these people that were commenting in this Facebook group. You should come join us, and we'll put a link to every in every episode, and you can when we have our wacky accountability hour where we work on Teachers Pay Teachers stuff or whatever business stuff we want, you can join our Zoom room. So that's pretty cool. I would love to meet some other wacky teacherpreneurs. Um, and so, yeah, if you want to support what we're doing, click that link. And do we want to say anything else? Do you have any other last thoughts?
No, but I'm happy to be back with you.
Okay,
Are you ready to say
namaste.
goodbye? Namaste.
Yes. We always do namaste at the end. Ding.